Then we go to the other type of application. Okay, we saw software, we broadly divided into system software and application software, right? So now we are going to see, we have already seen what system software is. Now we are going to see what application software is. Okay, application software is all other software other than the system software. So anything that comes other than the system software are referred to as application software, and these are the software which provide solution to various requirements and make the computer useful for the end user. For you and me, the computer becomes useful not because of the system software, but without the system software, the computer won't function. Let that be aside for a minute. But what do we want to do? We want to create a letter, type a letter and create it, or use Excel and do some formula and calculation and see, or you want to use PowerPoint and do a presentation. So these are what we want to do. So those are the application software. Those are the solutions which provide us with some purpose for a computer. Okay, the system software will take care of the application software to do all the, shall we say, the dirty work or the lowest level work, the hardware level work. Okay, so application software is what we are concerned with actually as users. If not for the application software, for us computer is useless. Who cares whether the computer reads the keyboard or writes onto the screen or whatever? Okay, suppose you don't have Microsoft Word, you don't have a Word application to write your letter. So that is the application that we are interested in. So those applications are called the application software, which is useful for the end user. Okay. Example, MS Office. That is a set of products like Microsoft Office, Excel, Word, and there are so many other things you're already familiar with it. Or somebody has written an inventory system or a stock management system. A company is keeping track of all their items that they have in the store and managing them and issuing them and buying some more things and managing that store will be an inventory system. That again is useful for the end user, whoever is in trying to do some inventory work with the items in the shop. Or payroll system, company trying to do a payroll, that is pay monthly salary to the their employees. Okay, so the employees would have taken loans and they would have gone on no pay leave, they would have done some extra time, and all these, so many different types of inputs will come before at the end of the month payroll can be processed and say, okay, your basic salary is so much, you have these incentives, you have not come so many days, so from that your pay this much will be cut, and EPF we are spending this, EPF we are sending, the EPF we are spending, we are taking off this much, your tax is so much, all that deduct and finally work out your salary and give. So that is a system that we call a payroll system. So that is also application software. Somebody has written on that for you to process your employees' salary information monthly. Or point of sale system, a cashier, supermarket, they have a cashier, you buy things and go and give to them, they scan it using a barcode reader or something like that, and the system will automatically figure out the price. One by one item will be entered, and finally we get a total saying, okay, this, or for all the items you have taken, this is the cost, and the person who is doing this will collect the money from the client, and maybe if there's any balance, give it and do it. So something like that. So that's generally called a point of sale system. Okay, or even games. People use computers and play games. So if you have a game software running on your computer, you will be able to play a game. So that is also an application. Different types of applications are there. So many applications. Okay, I'm only giving a few examples here. Hotel booking system. People use this to go online and look for free rooms in hotels and prices, and then book online. Okay, those systems are also application software. So since these are useful software for everybody, okay, and need to be available in as many computers as possible, these software are generally written using high-level language. Why? Because if you write using low-level language, it will only work on one processor set. Okay, if you want to go to another processor, you have to rewrite it. And in another one, you have to rewrite. So let write for every processor. So rather than doing that, if you have a particular high-level language, you write the software using that particular high-level language. Then you have the program, you have the software. Now you want to provide this in, say you did this in computer A, for you want to provide it to computer B, which has a different processor, let's say. All you have to do is you take your same software, you don't have to change anything. Only thing you have to do is you have to compile it or interpret it on the B computer's compiler or the interpreter and get the B computer version. Then you put it into another computer, compile it on that and take that version. So you don't have to rewrite the software all again, right? So that is why people would prefer, I think, to write these application software using high level language instead of low level language. But system software will be generally written using low level language because it has to access the hardware, which won't be much possible with the high level languages. So this is the clear reasons or differences why a low level language will be used and why a high level language will be used. Okay, so finally, if you view how the user is interacting with the computer in a layer of manner, at the lowest level, what you have is the hardware, that is the computer, the keyboard, the mouse, and the screen, and the CPU, processor, everything. That's the hardware. Now, to talk to the hardware is what we have the systems software for, talking, okay, and getting replies and handling the hardware. So that will be specific, and this is the software I told you will be generally written by the low level languages because it has to talk to the hardware, and this will take care of the hardware requirements like the input time, displaying and printing and doing whatever it has to do. Then you have your application software like the Excel or Word or inventory system or a game or hotel booking system or anything right on top, and that is what the user will be interacting to. So when the user interacts to this, and the application software will process the request, and whenever there is some requirement to do some hardware access, like put certain things on the screen or accept something from the keyboard or write to the secondary storage or do something, it will talk to the system software to get that job done, and the system software will talk to the hardware, get the job done, reply back, and this will get the result, and whatever it has processed, if it wants to show it to the user, it will keep showing it from the application software. So application software is the one that the user will be directly dealing with. Underneath that, the system software will be there, because without that, all the hardware access and doing all the detailed works will not be possible. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this sessions. So if you have any doubts or any issues or any questions, please feel free to ask on the in the group. And it doesn't matter how simple the questions may be or how difficult, you just ask on that. Okay, thank you very much.